Rankings are arrived at from the results of our extensive instrumented testing of several hundred vehicles each year. We've ranked the best SUVs for families based on roughly 200 data points encompassing acceleration, handling, comfort, cargo space, fuel efficiency, value, and how enjoyable they are to drive. This list contains SUVs of all shapes and sizes, our picks of the top models from every segment across the marketplace. Which SUV works best for you will be based on multiple factors, including but not limited to the size of your family and how you plan to use the vehicle. With room for up to 8 passengers and a choice of 2 hybrid powertrains, the Grand Highlander Hybrid is tailor-made for families. The Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid SUV is a vehicular multi-tool, combining room for up to 8 passengers and plenty of cargo space with a choice of 2 efficient 4-cylinder hybrid powertrains. The Grand Highlander measures just 4 inches longer than the standard Highlander, though it's a completely different vehicle and larger in all key dimensions. The difference is most pronounced in the interior, where the Grand's third row has significantly more legroom, enough even for lanky adults. The Grand Highlander Hybrid's 2 available powertrains give buyers a choice between exceptionally thrifty and less thrifty but impressively quick. The former combines a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder and 2 electric motors to produce a combined 245 horsepower. The Hybrid Max powertrain pairs a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4 with an electric motor for a net 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. The standard hybrid uses a CVT transmission, while the Hybrid Max employs a 6-speed automatic. The Grand Highlander Hybrid's raison d'etre is to deliver the same familiar goodness of the regular, standard Highlander with more interior room and, critically, an adult-sized third row. To that end, passengers in the third row now enjoy 5.5 inches of additional legroom and 2.5 inches of additional shoulder room, which dramatically increases the Grand's people-hauling capability. Interior styling gets a subtle boost, too, including a more symmetrical dashboard design. Every Grand Highlander Hybrid features a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen running Toyota's latest software interface. The XLE gets a 7.0-inch digital display in the gauge cluster, but the limited and platinum models get a larger 12.3-inch gauge display. Buyers will also find a wireless smartphone charging pad on every model. An 11-speaker JBL stereo upgrade is offered on limited and platinum models. The Toyota Grand Highlander XLE Unlimited with the 245 horsepower hybrid powertrain is rated to tow 3,500 pounds. Stepping up to the limited or platinum trims equipped with the 362 horsepower Hybrid Max powertrain increases the tow rating to 5,000 pounds. The 2025 Genesis GV80 gets new styling and better features as part of a mid-cycle refresh that sweetens this already lavish mid-size luxury SUV. A compelling argument that luxury is about how expensive a car looks and feels instead of how much it costs. The Genesis GV80 gets updated for 2025 with some meaningful and new equipment. The luxury midsize SUV wears a new grille and what the company calls micro-lens array headlamps from the G90 sedan, though their different design does take a moment or two to spot. Even the lower trims are finished with classy touches like burled wood trim, metal accents, and integrated ambient lighting. The wide-spanning display set into the dash keeps matters upscale but uncluttered. The front seats are comfortable, supportive, and available with a massage function that feels legitimately relaxing. A standard 3-across bench seat in the second row allows for up to 5 passengers. A third row of seats is an optional feature, but space back there is limited and should be considered a place solely for kids. We fit 13 carry-on suitcases behind the second row, and the GV80 swallowed a total of 28 with the second row folded flat. A large 27.0-inch display stretches across the GV80's tailored dashboard. Every GV80 also comes with wireless smartphone charging, a Wi-Fi hotspot that can accept 5 devices, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and 3 years of complimentary Genesis connected services. The engine choices start with a 300 horsepower turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder and escalate to a 375 horsepower twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6. The Genesis GV80 has a maximum towing capacity of 6,000 pounds, which beats the Volvo XC90's 5,000-pound rating. The standard CR-V already possesses everything you expect in a compact SUV, and the 2025 CR-V Hybrid's efficient and refined powertrain sweetens the deal. The CR-V Hybrid takes all the goodness and versatility of the standard CR-V and sweetens it with a more efficient, exceptionally refined hybrid powertrain. It provides both more power and better fuel efficiency than the non-hybrid CR-V, with the only compromise being a slight reduction in cargo room due to the placement of the hybrid battery. The hybrid model comes standard with front-wheel drive and is rated to deliver 40 miles per gallon combined by the EPA, an impressive figure for a vehicle with this much cargo and passenger space inside. The CR-V's hybrid powertrain, which pairs a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder with 2 electric motors, produces 204 horsepower, 14 more than the non-hybrid model's 190 horsepower. The combination is smooth, quiet, and satisfying, if not particularly quick. While the Sport Hybrid can be had with front or all-wheel drive, the latter is standard on the Sport Touring Hybrid. Spacious, logically laid out, and comfortable, the CR-V Hybrid's interior is a pleasant place to spend time. Whether you're in the driver's seat or the rear seat, there's plenty of space to stretch out. Honda incorporates nice materials, especially in the leather-equipped Sport Touring, and the honeycomb texture trim covering the air vents adds some visual interest to the dashboard. We also like the logical control layout, from the touchscreen audio and infotainment controls to the trio of climate control knobs lower on the center stack. There's also a reconfigurable digital display screen in the gauge cluster. The CR-V Hybrid is rated to tow 1,000 pounds when equipped with optional towing accessories, which is 500 pounds less than the non-hybrid version. The family-friendly EV9 returns for 2026 with a spicy new GT model packing adaptive suspension and acclaimed 501 horsepower. Marking its third year of production, the 2026 Kia EV9 EV doesn't stray too far from the family-friendly, 3-row formula that won hearts and minds from the get-go. We're not complaining, as its modern styling, comfortable and functional interior design, and claimed range of up to 304 miles make it a compelling choice at a competitive price in the growing mid-size battery electric SUV segment. Available with either rear or all-wheel drive and rated to tow up to 5,000 pounds, it can accommodate a DC fast charging speed of up to 230 kilowatts. Speaking of charging, all 2026 EV9s will come equipped with the NACS North American Charging Standard port, though it'll include an adapter for the older CCS-style port, so buyers can stick with their preferred fast charger. 2026 also marks the arrival of the new EV9 GT, a dual-motor all-wheel drive model with a projected 501 horsepower and, for the first time on any EV9, an adaptive suspension. The EV9 can be ordered in either 6 or 7 passenger versions, depending on whether the second row is captain's chairs or a bench. On the EV9's upper trim levels, the third row is power folding. Interior material quality is excellent, with soft synthetic leather upholstery and unique mesh headrests. The underlying construction is also reassuringly sturdy, adding to the refined and luxurious cabin. The EV9's second-row captain's chairs feel much like the fronts and offer heating, ventilation, and massaging. Inside the EV9 is a pair of 12.3-inch screens, one for the gauge cluster and a second for infotainment, with a dedicated HVAC readout between them. 2026 EV9 GT models feature exclusive instrument graphics and a unique ambient lighting scheme. The EV9 lacks physical knobs, and its buttons are reduced compared to other Kias on sale today. Just a few key HVAC controls and a volume knob remain, along with touch-sensitive controls embedded in the dash to jump between key infotainment features. Menus are logically organized and the system further benefits from quick responses and attractive graphics. The placement of the on-screen climate controls obscures them behind the steering wheel and can be distracting to adjust while driving. You can't do much better than the Telluride among three-row SUVs, as it has tons of space and is more luxurious than its price suggests. The Telluride remains the SUV to beat in its class, delivering plenty of space and a well-trimmed cabin that approaches luxury standards. Under the hood of every Telluride is a naturally aspirated V6 that makes 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. This engine pairs with an 8-speed automatic transmission that feeds the front wheels, though all-wheel drive is optional across the board. The Telluride's ride is on the firm side, with harsh pavements sometimes throwing the three-row SUV off its intended path. A self-leveling rear air suspension is also available. The brakes are excellent and the steering is precise, with a nice heft to its feel. The Telluride boasts up to 8.4 inches of ground clearance for off-road excursions. The build quality of interior is excellent, the materials are attractive, and features are plentiful. The SX trim tops them all with the fanciest options, which include driver's seat memory settings, a head-up display, heated and ventilated rear seats, a rich-looking headliner, and Nappa leather upholstery. Every Telluride boasts a robust infotainment system that features a 12.3-inch touchscreen with popular content that includes Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capability, in-dash navigation, and onboard Wi-Fi. A comprehensive suite of driver assistance technology comes standard on all Telluride models. Several upgraded assists are also available, including automatic high beams, a 360-degree camera system, and what Kia calls a blind spot view monitor. This tech projects a camera image of the vehicle's blind spot into the gauge cluster display.